All right, y'all, we got to have a talk, man. I've been at this for 8 years in business full time and doing my thing, right? I've had ups and downs, but on YouTube, and it's in general, a lot of times you focus on the ups, focus on the positive, focus on all the good things that come out of, doing this whole self-employed entrepreneurial thing. You feel good about everything that goes with it, especially as you learn. But I just took a loss, man. Not the biggest loss ever. Now, I know some people are going to be like, it's just $1,000. Man, $1,000 is a lot of money. I don't care who you are. I ain't at the point where $1,000 is just money I just tossed to the side yet. The issue is the $1,000, but it's not the $1,000. The issue is what happened, how I lost it, man. So let's get into that. Let's get into how I lost $1,000 with a job. And also, I'm gonna point out all the places where I went wrong because I'm big on accountability. Dude, it's like 100% my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like 90, like 95% or 90, maybe it's like 90% my fault. But it's the majority my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't take all the blame because, some people are just, I don't know, I feel like some people are a little shady. And but I saw the signs. Anyway, so the job was installing a vanity top, right? Just bathroom, vanity, top. Not the whole vanity. I've done both. I've done a bunch of bathroom work, showers, the whole nine. This is relatively simple, right? You can get into a little complications, but for the most part, vanity countertops, pretty simple job if you've done it, done enough. So that was it. That was the job. Now, things started to go left very early. When the customer called me, I was like, you know what? It's really close. Sometimes I'll just give people a price over the phone or whatever. But this time, I just wanted to go look at it. I said, why not? Sometimes especially when I'm getting new customers, I kind of like to vet them a little bit because another thing, I've been doing this for a while, so most of the jobs that I do are for people who I've either been dealing with for a while or that are referred from other people, right? I don't do a whole lot of new customers anymore. It's just not something I do. I just, the roster is pretty tight. Every once in a while, I add somebody new. Most of the time, it's because I'll do a small job for them, a dishwasher installation or something like that, and then we'll build on that. But most of the time, it's just me getting referrals from other people. And a lot of times, the people that refer me, they know how I work, and usually they're referring me to people where it's a good match. I've literally had family members say, yeah, my sister wants work done, but you don't want to do nothing for her. She gonna give you a headache. Straight up. You know what I mean? People exit out their whole own family. Like, nah, you don't want them problems. These are people that called me through a service. Let's say I'm not gonna call out which one because it's not the service's fault. Not the service's fault. They didn't do that. Now, I went over there to do the estimate, and I didn't have much time, so I ended up going over there on a Saturday morning because I just didn't have time. I got a lot of work going on. I get there, everything's good. This first time meeting, so have a good conversation, and then they're talking about the price or whatever, but they do talk a little bit more than I'd like them to talk about previous contractors. Boom. Way too much negative talking about the previous contractor. Now, I get a little bit. I get somebody telling you something a little bit, but it's a big red flag when there's just a long laundry list of complaints and you want to go on and on and on. Look, I'm here to do the job now, right? Number one. Number two, it's not always the contractor that ruined the job, that ruined the relationship between the contractor and the customer. There's a lot of customers out here practicing dirty work. You know what I'm saying? And this is the case. This is one of those cases where I definitely can't blame one of the old contractors for walking away, but I kind of looked past it. So next thing, I left, ended up sending them the estimate. Everything was good. I did go a little under what I should have, but that's neither here nor there. Then they wanted to, of course, schedule the job. Well, another thing I didn't do, I didn't request a deposit. Now, normally, I request deposits on almost every job that I do. But once again, you're going to see this is a story of me not sticking to the script. So we proceed. It's time to schedule the job. I go ahead and tell them, hey, well, they still have to order the countertop. So I'm like, order it, and then I'll schedule it. You know what I mean? There's no point in the scheduling now. I don't even know when you're going to get the countertop. Okay, let me tell you something, man. You would have thought this was the most complicated thing of all time. I was getting like 2 or 3 emails a day about this countertop, questions and this and that, and just, okay, well, here's an update of what the store said. Okay, and now they're saying this, and now they're saying this. I got a question for you about something. And I'm talking about, Saturday night, Sundays. And look, I don't know about y'all, but unless it's some kind of major emergency, I shut the phone off. Like, I'm not talking like on a Saturday night about a vanity countertop. It's not that important. You know what I mean? It's just not. I'm not a home builder. When I'm not building your house and you got questions about the specs or some kind of design feature or something you want to add a wall before it's too late. This is not that. So, no, I'm not available 24 hours a day. I'm just not. But they seem to think that I should have been, because they would email me with a question about the countertop on a Saturday night. And if I didn't get back to them, then next thing I know, Sunday, I'm getting emails talking about, do you want the job? And, like starting to question, am I one of those contractors who say they want the job, but you don't really want it? And it's like, what are y'all talking about? What are we talking about? I already answered all the questions I can answer. Boom. Yes. Too needy. Okay, what does that mean? What does it mean to be too needy? It's when I'm busy as a contractor, which should be a good sign to a customer. But there's some people who just, their job is more important than everybody else's, more important than your schedule. They want you to fit them in. And I get if it's an emergency or if it's something small that's, pretty quick and I can take care of it, because I do that. I'll squeeze little jobs in. But man, I'm not sitting by the phone just waiting on your phone call. I got other jobs I got going on. So there's just some people that when they call you, they act like you ain't got nothing else to do but wait for them to call. Then they call and call and call and call and call. I'm doing a little job for you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not building your house. It's just not worth it for me to have to endure all this pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, it's one of the worst things, man. But I ignored it anyway. But okay, anyways, neither here nor there. They ended up ordering the countertop. Then they ordered the wrong size for whatever reason. After all the talking, they still ordered the wrong size. Then they had to cancel it and reorder. So now we're pushing the dates back even further. No problem. We'll schedule it when it comes in. Just let me know something. So finally, they get it. It comes in. Then they wanted me to schedule it for like 2 days from then. I'm like, hold on. I have a whole schedule full of jobs. I can't just cut everybody else off and just do your job. Sometimes I'll sneak a job in, like something very easy, a microwave install. Pretty much no matter what's going on, I can sneak that in. Installing a faucet or something like that, I could sneak that in. I didn't really want to do this like that because, this is more delicate. It takes a little more time. In their situation, they had some wallpaper around and stuff like that. It was just going to take me a little more time, and I had to cut it. I had to cut the countertop. So I told them that I would give them a call within the next week, 7-day period. Like, give me a week so I can figure out the schedule and I can figure out what I got going on so I can get you in the earliest as possible. I could just go to, I know some of y'all going to be like, just add them at the end. Or I could just go to the end of the schedule and be like, boom, I'll put you at the end. But I tried to, if I can fit somebody in earlier, I'll do that. They got to work with me just like I'm working with them though, right? So, I'm telling you, we couldn't get past the week and they're emailing me and I mean, they hit me up on the DMs, like the Facebook Messenger and all this stuff about, is the job too big for you? Do you still want to do it? Do this and that? And I'm like, what is wrong with y'all? We had a whole conversation. Do y'all understand they gave me an out? They gave me an out. I just didn't take it. Oh man, I mean, come on. Asked me, was on, kept sending me messages, asking me, do I actually want the job? Do I want somebody else to do it? I didn't have to tiptoe out the back door. I could have just been like, I'm a little busy. You're right. I don't have time to get to this. Instead of them messaging me 50 times, here's somebody, or, what I would do, I would go through Home Depot or just something. And I could have stepped away from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just slid on out the way. That's what I'm saying. This is on me. Like, okay, let me look at that schedule. All right, you know what? Here's a date scheduled for. Cool, everybody's in agreement, right? Leave me alone. So I go Go to the house, get it installed. Look, everything is wonderful, right? Go there, get the old one out. Now, it takes me a little while because they have wallpaper around the vanity top, and it's a vanity that has walls on both sides. And if y'all know, sometimes it's a problem, just like this one, where somebody doesn't install it right or they don't want to cut it down, because these vanity tops come in 61 inches. And a lot of times, like this one was like little less than 60 inches was the opening to put it in. A lot of guys don't want to cut it, so they'll stick it in there and then drywall around it. So then you go to get it out, and it's all stuck inside the drywall on the sides. So this was the case, but I figured it out, man. I wrapped my mind I didn't want to have to cut all this drywall. So I was like really particular about how I got this thing out. Oh man, I'm doing surgery in here, man. I'm in the zone, man. I'm in the zone. I'm like, just like, it's like my hands are moving and I'm getting this thing in and I'm figuring how to get this thing out without destroying this wall in different angles and all that. Got it out without hardly scratching this wall up. Because at first I told him I might have to really cut like a lot out of this wall that's wallpaper. But I figured it out. Got the old one out, went and got the new one out the box, took it outside, cut it up. I don't know if y'all caught this one. I don't know if y'all caught this mistake. I said that I opened up the box, took the vanity out, vanity top, went outside and started cutting it. I didn't have them inspect the vanity when I took it out the box. That's like rule number one. Home Depot used to do that on a lot of jobs where I'd go to make an install. They'd bring the dishwasher, they bring this and that, they drop it off, and then I would go and the joint would be damaged. I take it out and it's the damaged part. You could even see sometimes the box will be smashed up a little bit, right? And then the people would have to pay me anyway and then deal with Home Depot. Well, what Home Depot started doing is I get there now, everything's out the box, they make the customer inspect everything before they leave. I didn't do that. I didn't make them inspect their own package. I just opened up the box. Now, it wasn't damaged, but that's not the point. The point is, it should have been part of my routine, which it's been. It's been part of my routine. I just didn't do it. Just didn't do it. Just put the new faucet on there, put it in. Basically, finished the install. Everything went wonderfully. Man. Cleaned everything up, had nice and shining. I mean, they were like loving it. Then 20 minutes later, I get a phone call. Hey man, there's a big chip missing out of the front of this countertop. First they love you, then they hate you. You know what I'm saying? It was a quick turnaround, man. I'm talking about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I mean, I was love all day. Goodness, man, you're wonderful. You're great. Oh man, this work is beautiful. This and that. Oh, it was just, everything was wonderful. Let's plan for the spring. We're gonna do some other bathroom work. We're gonna do some accent walls, the whole nine. 20 minutes later, what happened? I don't know what happened to the countertop. How did it get damaged like that? I was like, I don't know. Like, you guys were in there when I was in there. We didn't see it. Nobody saw it. I didn't see it. And it's right on the front. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that happened. And I was like, well, I didn't ship anything, He said, well, I don't know. We didn't ship it. So, I don't know. It's there. I'm like, all right, well, look, I'll come look at it. I'll either come today or I'll come Saturday morning. It's Thursday night, so I didn't have time to go that night. I said I'll come back tomorrow morning or it'll be Saturday morning, but whatever. We'll fix it. We'll get it taken care of. All right, no problem. So the next morning, I get up. First thing I check my email, get an email already from the same people I just talked to the night before. They saying like, oh, by the way, we stopped payment on that check. Just to let you know, because, you're coming back to fix it anyway, so it shouldn't be an issue. I was like, no, they didn't stop payment on the check. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? Okay. All right. You know what? I had to email them back on that one. I'm patient, y'all. Dude, I'm like a guru in patience. I could probably teach patience with the monks. I'm a married man with 5 daughters. You know what I'm saying? Like, patience is my middle name. But they were starting to break through. You know what I'm saying? I mean, irritation was taking over. So I did message them back, y'all. Because I messaged them back like, look, I was coming anyway. You didn't have to stop payment on the check. I didn't cash it or nothing yet. Normally I have cashed it by then. But I was like, You didn't have to stop payment on the check. I was coming out to, I'd already talked about me coming back to take a look at it to see what the problem was and rectify the situation. Man, you know what? You know what they did? Sent me this long email, sent me this long message back talking about, to be honest, we don't know you from a can of paint. I was like, just yesterday, I was your boy. We was like that. We were family yesterday. Now all of a sudden, I'm the worst contractor in history. You know what I mean? And then they told me that, oh man, they'd have people in the past that, they paid money to, and then they never showed up to do the job. And I'm thinking like, dude, that's literally the opposite of what I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't paid me anything yet. I didn't even collect a deposit. So even the materials that I got for the job, all the caulk and new water lines and all that, I bought those out of my pocket. What are we talking about? So now, I'm not only, you gotta cancel the check, now you compare me to some people that scammed you in the past. What are we talking? Okay. I didn't even answer that one. I was like, I'll be there, right? I'll be there. I'm coming. Going to your house. So I take a look. There's a chip. It's like the size of the head of this drywall screw, right? And there's like the one part is kind of deep where it's like, you get through the marble. It's like that cultured marble top to just the base underneath. And sometimes there's craters all in the base, so it could have been deeper because of the little crater underneath. But whatever. I'm telling you though, my cleanup game is on point. It's on point to where, I get a lot of credit. Like a lot of customers give me props for it. So, I mean, it's something I do. I'm real thorough with it. So I'm saying this to say, I cleaned that bathroom, that countertop, wiped it down, had it shining before I left. They were in there looking at the thing. We're all in there. There wasn't no chip. Before I left. I walked in the house, they were like, yeah, so what happened? How did that happen? I'm like, man, these are some good actors. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think that they were both involved. I think it was only one of them. I'm not going to say which one. But I think it was only one of them. But for me to do the job, they had taken everything from under the vanity sink and off the old countertop. So what I think happened, and what I'm pretty positive happened, is they're putting the stuff back in, and they'd be having metal tray holder for soap dishes and all that. And boom, it just hit a spot and just chipped it out. And instead of just saying man, I just damaged my new countertop that I just paid almost $500 for, they saw an opportunity. Just blame the contractor for doing it. So I'm looking at them sideways like, man, look, y'all know I didn't do that. Well, there was still a final blow to come. Talk about audacity. The lady was like, well, you're going to get your money. We're going to pay you whatever as soon as it's fixed, minus the stop check fee. I said, so hold on. You think that I'm about to pay this stop check payment fee? That you decided to stop payment on the check and I'm going to pay the fee on top of that? It's a wrap. I didn't argue. This is what I'm saying, y'all. This is what I say about patience. You might want to scream and start yelling and do all kind of stuff, but no. Zen. You got to be the Zen master, right? Take a deep breath. That's what I did. I said, you know what? Well, all right. So I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do here. Could you give me a copy of your order sheet? Like when you ordered the vanity countertop, just give me a copy of that sheet. And they gave me that. I was like, all right. So we'll figure it out over the next couple of days. I'll figure out what some options are, and I'll see what we can do. Now, I don't know if you missed it, but there was a huge problem in the way that I did that whole last part of the scenario. I can't believe I didn't take any pictures or video. None. I mean, normally I do something. I mean, I got videos of a bunch of jobs on here. I got videos of jobs that I've never put on YouTube. I got all sorts of video. And for some reason, I didn't do that, right? I didn't do it. No, this is not an ad for Company Cam. This would be a wonderful ad placement for Company Cam. But it's not. I have my own system on how I normally did these jobs, and I just got too comfortable. And just didn't do it. It's on me. Some of y'all like, oh man, I would have argued it down or whatever. To no avail. because you don't have any evidence. All it is word of mouth, your word against their word, and you the contractor. So it's just like, you know what? I got to take this one on the chin, man, because I messed up. I didn't get evidence for the work that I did, and they took advantage of it. So I had a choice, man. I could, I never actually fixed chips in countertops. As many as I've installed, dude, I'm so delicate when I deal with these countertops. I've never had a scratch, not a single scratch on a countertop, let alone a chip. So that was my option, was to either try to fix it or to just get a new one. I said, you know what? The way this situation's going, I'm gonna fix it to perfection. And they're gonna get out a magnifying glass and a bigger magnifying glass, and they're gonna get out a telescope and binoculars. I don't know, you know what I mean? They're gonna take it and send it to the lab to analyze it to see if there's any microfractures in it. I don't know what they're gonna do. So I said, you know what? I'm not playing this game. I'm not even gonna get you a new countertop, because then you'll get that and be like, oh man, this one was chipped, something was wrong with it. And I'll be playing a countertop game. So I'm gonna send you a check for the amount that you paid for the countertop. You never paid me anything, right? You cancel the check. So look, y'all, the point of this video is to look at myself as an example. I put myself out there. Don't be like me. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your systems. Don't get comfortable. It don't matter how many years you spend. It's like maybe this is a gruesome take, but it's like, we be using them table saws, man. It's just like that. Use a table saw, and they say you're more likely to have an accident because you're just good at it. You know what I'm saying? And you're just not thinking anymore. The next thing you know, you're wearing mittens. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So approach every job like it's your first. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your first time meeting. The same system you do for the first job, you do for the second. And I put my systems out here. If you go back through some of my videos, you'll see that I do these things. I take pictures. I take like copious notes. You understand what I'm saying? I take the notes, take the pictures, take the videos. I do the whole nine. I just didn't do it here. And look what it cost me. You know what I'm saying? It's how it goes, man. Stay on your toes, man. Watch your back. Because if you don't watch your back, I don't know who's going to. Straight up. Daryl, also known as the finisher. Stay safe, be blessed, and remember, the trades don't work. Nothing else does.